So I was very bored channel surfing and going through, your Rachel Ray, your Mari Povich, your Judge Judy, Judge Brown, Judge Jared, Judge Julio. There's a lot of judge shows. And then I stumbled upon this very disturbing children's show. Maybe not quite as disturbing as Teletubbies back in the day, but I don't know what it's called, but there's these fucking trains, and then there's these faces on the front ends of trains. These white, pasty, scary-ass faces, right? It's nightmare fuel. It is. And I'm looking at it, and it's just so unsettling. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you could watch it and you're like, oh, that's just adorable, that's cute. But I'm very generally unsettled, because I'm thinking if I were a train and I was just like I had a face. I keep thinking I don't have any legs or no arms. My life just consists of going around on tracks. I'm a self-aware train with a face. They have eyes, yeah, and they have teeth. Why the fuck would a train need teeth? They can do these trains eat? And they eat. Someone has to feed them. Can the train starve? Maybe I'm putting too much thought into it, but it's just I know I'm gonna have nightmares about this fucking train show tonight. Oh, these trains. Oh yeah, this video is supposed to be about the new Xbox. The two new Xboxes, huh? So E3 has passed, and there's some new shit coming down the line. We got an Xbox One S, stands for Slim. It's going to come out, I think, in August. It's going to be, I think there's two versions, $299.99. That's always the one they advertise, right? But it's a shit one because it has a 500 gigabyte hard drive. And it's, if you have any considerable amount of Xbox One games, that is just worthless. You'll get that console and you'll immediately have to go get like a 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive. You know what I'm talking about. Some of these game installs, man. 50 gigabyte. This is just crazy. So throw that away. So you're gonna have to get unless you get like already have a plug-in USB hard drive, which is what I have. I have the OG Xbox, which is the only one that's on the market now. But I got that, and I just custom painted it too before they announced this. I have a nice, really awesome black and light gray thing going on with a Witcher emblem on it. It's pretty sweet. A couple days after I get done with this, hey, new Xboxes. I'm like, oh great. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll get this. Let me tell you about it. So of course it's smaller. It's slim. It's 40% smaller. The design of it, it's not really, I don't know, it's not drastic design, it's kind of like mellow. It's white with black accents. It's like, I don't know, you could look at it and to me personally, I might be going out on a limb here, but I like the design of the original Xbox One. Like, if they just made the Xbox One but made it smaller, I'd have no problem with it. I'm one of the few people that actually, I like it. It looks kind of like I love VCRs. Plays my tapes too. Okay, it's not that great of a design, but still, I'm on the fence about this. Maybe it's just because it's white, and I think you should never really buy anything that's white. I've never bought any white cars or trucks. White's not really a color that stands on its own. It's more of an adding color. It's more of something like white pinstripes or white accents. So, if it came out in different colors, I might think about it. So, some cool things about it would be it has a UHD. It has a Blu-ray player that's fucking awesome. Does 4K. Okay, so it does 4K. Not on the video gaming. I'll get to the other system in a second. But it supports the Super Blu-rays. I don't know what they're called. I haven't bought any. But if you're into that shit, and you got to have the best quality in your Blu-rays, you know, that's great, because you're looking at it, and it's like a $300 system, you know, and you could play those. Can you tell I didn't rehearse this? Can you tell? Yeah, it's... Sorry. But it reminds me kind of like when the PS2 came out, and I tell you why this Slim might sell a ton, even though, of course, it is smaller, is because for $300, you get a Super Blu-ray player. I'm going to call it Super Blu-ray, because I forgot what you call the extra awesome Blu-rays. You know, Blu-ray looks good enough to me, but hey, if you want to go to the next step and be a baller, okay, get the Super Blu-ray player. For $300, that's a great deal. That's a great deal, because I've looked at the price of some of these, you know, other players, and they're up there. But with PS2 back in 2001, it was almost the cheapest DVD player you could get. And a lot of people forget that the PS2 sold a shit ton, yes, because people wanted the PlayStation 2 for gaming and stuff, but it was a DVD player too. So we might get a not a total repeat of that. But hey, if you got a 4K TV and you want to watch your Blu-rays in 4K, this is your hookup right here. And it's also an Xbox One. I recommend lots of other channels for the technical specs on these things. Okay? Because you're not going to get that from me. Just letting you guys know that there's some new Xboxes coming down the line. And my personal views on it. I'm happy with my current Xbox, but odds are I'm probably going to get one of these new Xboxes. The Slim, I don't know. I mean, if white's the only color it comes in, it's just a tough sell. It's just a tough sell. I'd probably have to take it apart and repaint it myself, because that white, it just sticks out way too much to me. It does have a really nice light blue light on the front of it, you know, so I like that. It has no power brick, which is pretty cool. Other people are going insanely crazy about this, going like, oh, fucking yes, finally, no power brick, no power brick. But it's never been that big of a deal to me. Like with the 360 or the One, I mean, yeah, you got to find somewhere to stuff it, but like who has room for an Xbox One and not the power brick? Like, okay, I can fit this beastly Xbox One here in my entertainment center. Oh no, the power brick, it's just way too much. Oh no, but it's built into the system. So not only is the Xbox Slim 40% smaller than the Xbox One, but it's also got the built-in power. So that's pretty friggin' awesome. Has HDR output. Okay. I'm not going to try to go into explain what HDR output is. Do a Google search. Makes everything prettier. Makes everything prettier. Now you might think it ends there, but here's a really cool thing. They're doing some work with the CPU and the GPU, and they've bumped up that performance a little bit. I don't know, but maybe they've taken away I guess they would take away the mandatory Kinect resources that were with the original, because yeah, I don't think they're announcing a Kinect that works with this. And no, sadly, it's not going to come boxed with a Slim Kinect. You know, I don't think they mentioned a Kinect for years, with good reason. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like I said, just want to let you know that's coming out in August. I would check with GameSpot or IGN, you know, another reputable source for a lot of technical details. But do know that you're getting a bump up in the GPU and the CPU. I think it's going to be running maybe 1.45, and the Xbox is maybe 1.3. So it's not significant, but the way they're making it, it's actually going to make it, you know, you might have some games run closer to 1080p. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to say, but I've heard things. So yes, that's coming out this August. $299 for the base, which you don't want unless you already have a 2 terabyte whatever drive to add up to it. And then you got, for I think $400, there's one that comes with a 2 terabyte drive already. So pick your poison there. But then we have the granddaddy. We have the beast. We have the Scorpio. I don't know if they're gonna call it the Scorpio. Right now it's called Project Scorpio. Maybe they can call it the Xbox 3. I don't know. But this bad mamma jamma is going to have 6 teraflops of computing power. Okay? Put that in perspective. The current Xbox One is at like 1.3 teraflops. So you're looking at like a 4-fold increase. Like, that's almost, I wouldn't say it's like another generation ahead by any means, but with this system, if they wanted to make exclusives, let's just say Forza and Halo would look a hell of a lot better. I mean, they'll look better already, because this system will output in 4K. 4K for your video games. So you might be confused and you say like, well, Ricky, you said the other system's 4K too. The other system 4K in like movies, but not actual games. So yeah, this, and they didn't show pictures of it. It's just kind of like they kind of dropped it, like, hey, this is coming out. You know, Phil Spencer came out. It's like he just unzipped his pants and, you know, dropped his dick out and said, hey, it's coming out. It's 6 teraflops. It's going to be the most... he could have had a Trump moment, you know? This is going to be the best, most amazing console ever released. Most powerful ever. Competition wants nothing to do with this. Sorry. I'm just fascinated with Trump. So, if I randomly go into like Trumpisms throughout my videos, I apologize. But yeah, so that's really a lot to take in. Two consoles revealed at 1A3. Plus, they had like a lot of games too. I'm not going to go into a lot of the games, but some of them look pretty interesting. Scalebound looks pretty cool. Recore does. So overall, it was really, really good E3. But back to the Scorpio. It's releasing in November 2017. They didn't list a price, but I'm guessing they've got to make this thing under $600. If they can do that, maybe $500, $550. You also got to think, by the time this thing comes out, the technology will be a lot more affordable. So if they can get this thing to be at $499.99, it would sell like hotcakes. And you might say, well, Sony's got the Neo coming out, right? That's obviously got to outsell the Scorpio. Because the PS4, I know you might not like it, Xbox fans, but the PS4, pretty much, and I have an Xbox, right? I would say I prefer Xbox to PlayStation. Okay, I've had lots of different PlayStations, Xboxes over the years, but overall I prefer the Xbox. I will admit, Sony has crushed this gen so far, the Xbox. They just have. But I'll also say, it's not been because of great exclusives. I mean, here lately, sure, you got a great Sony exclusive Uncharted 4. Then last year you had Bloodborne, and there's others. But believe me, no one was buying the PS4 initially to play Knack, a Drive Club, or Killzone. They weren't buying that shit for that. People bought the PS4 for one reason. 1080p, my friends. 1080p. People did not buy the Microsoft Xbox One because of 720p. It's a big difference there. Sony's marketing for the PlayStation 4 was almost completely... It didn't revolve around exclusive games. It revolved around 1080p. Get the system and embrace 1080p. The most powerful console out right now. You gotta get it. Unless you want to do 720p on that stinky competition over there. So right now, we have a situation where Microsoft is in a way saying to Sony, 8th gen begins when we say it begins. They didn't say that, but I'm saying that they kind of said that, because when they dropped that this thing was going to be 6 teraflops, and everything that I've heard tells me that the PS4K Neo, whatever you call it, you might say, well, it's going to be 6 teraflops too, right? Maybe 5.5, 5 teraflops. No, cuz it's going to be 4 teraflops. That's all it's going to be, just 4 teraflops. I don't know about the pricing. Maybe it'll be priced more competitively because it's less power overall. But not only is it going to be 4 teraflops, but also what I'm hearing is the CPU boost. It's the same architecture. It's just a slight CPU boost. So even though it's going to have the 4 teraflops, there's going to be bottlenecks. Like I said, you want to go somewhere else with some maybe tech channels or something to find out, because that's not me. I'm just regurgitating some things I've heard. So the beautiful irony of this is, if you've been an Xbox One gamer the past couple years, it's been pretty tough. You know, you can hold up great games. You know, you can hold up stuff like Sunset Overdrive or, you know, the Forza games or Halo 5. Halo 5 is just good. It's nowhere near great. You know, I played it. It's okay, but it's not to say there's been a lot of better exclusives on the Xbox One. But the Sony guys constantly shitting on the Xbox One because its lack of power compared to the PS4. It's not even really that huge of a gap. It's enough to where PS4 games can run in 1080p. Now, they can't run in 1080p with gusto, with all boom settings up on max, but they can do it. The Xbox One usually has to settle for about 900p, 784. You know, games still look good, but you can tell a little bit of difference, you know, if you had everything right beside each other. Or maybe you can't. The point is, Sony hammered home the fact that you gotta get the system that has more power. You gotta get the system that has more power. Now, though, Sony swing around and they're all like, it's all about the games. It's all about the games, my friends. Ask them about the Neo. They're talking about, hey, you know, the games. What's Neo power? Hey, Andrew House, what's Neo's power? It's all about the games. It was never about the power. Come on.